Jeffrey Epstein was a terrible man, and I didn't know him, and I liked him a lot. So we released all the files, and I come out looking, frankly, very good. We had to redact a few sensitive things, but you'll get the gist here. Look at this. Trump didn't do nothing bad. Trump does smash, but not like wrong kind. The end.
SNL ended the year by doing something the federal government refused to do. They told the truth out loud. The Epstein files were supposed to bring accountability, but instead, they exposed how far the system will go to protect one old, senile, pedophilic, and deeply, deeply compromised man.
Ho, 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 ho. Yes, we've added a fourth ho. Biden only had 3. We added a 4th. Hi, it's me.
This isn't just about Christmas. It's about Trump's obsession with one thing above all else, being seen as better than the last guy, whether that's Obama or Biden. Trump does this constantly. During his first term, he took credit for Obama's economy, and now, during his second term, he's taken credit for federal funding passed under Biden. He brags about lowering drug prices that Biden fought for. He's even talking about reclassifying marijuana, which is something that Biden announced. None of these ideas are new, and none of them originated with Trump, but Trump wants credit anyway. Even Make America Great was not his slogan. That was Reagan's.
Coming to you live from a part of the White House that Melania's Christmas decorations haven't gotten to yet. That's why we still have fireplace and garland and not spooky twigs and black vase.
Have you seen Melania's Christmas decorations? These two have never designed something that wasn't tacky or ugly. I mean, just look at how Trump and Melania tore up the Rose Garden and installed those umbrellas from Mar-a-Lago. This shit looks like something you'd find at a McDonald's outdoor patio. And don't even get me started on the spray-painted gold decorations from Home Depot.
The one thing with gold,
why not
you
silver?
you can't imitate gold, real gold. There's no paint that imitates
So
gold.
these aren't like from Home Depot or something?
No, this is not Home Depot stuff.
No, not stuff you buy.
This is not Home Depot.
Sure, Jan.
Even if we pretend for a second that those gold decorations in the Oval Office are real, there's still a very simple question that no one can answer. Where did the money come from to buy them? Because those weren't sitting in some White House storage unit next to the Nixon bowling pins. They didn't just magically appear. Somebody paid for them. And since Trump isn't pulling out a personal receipt, that leaves one option. We did. American taxpayers are funding Donald Trump's fragile ego in gold leaf form. Not infrastructure, not healthcare, not disaster relief. Gold trim.
We love tree. Remember when I did this with flag? Did you like that? I'm hugging tree now. It's very sharp. I hug flag and tree, just never person. Return to podium.
But Trump treats flags like he does women. He grabs them, assaults them, and does it because he says he can.
Took out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there, and she was married. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy.
At least 26 women have accused him of sexual assault. He was found liable of raping E. Jean Carroll, who he still owes over $89 million to. He openly bragged about walking into underage girls' dressing rooms, and he was even named in a lawsuit where he allegedly raped a 13-year-old girl with his BFF, Jeffrey Epstein. So when people wonder why Trump has fought to stop the release of the Epstein files, this is why. It's disturbing and it's on brand, but SNL mocking him for hugging a tree also highlights something else. Trump's mental state has visibly declined.
My own version of nativity now, where kings from the Middle East bring gifts for me. Like gold and airplane and casino deal in Dubai.
In Trump's reality, he's Jesus. He's the king. He's the anointed one who deserves everything to be gifted to him. Whether it be a plaque with a gold base from Apple as a means to be exempt from Trump's tariffs, a $400 million bribe in the form of a luxury plane from Qatar, a Trump property deal in the Middle East, or a gold crown from South Korea. But my favorite so far has to be the Timu Nobel Peace Prize that FIFA created just for Trump after he publicly whined about not getting the Nobel Peace Prize.
Mr. President, this is your prize. This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
I'm gonna wear it right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
It's hilariously sad how much Trump and MAGA think that he's deserving of such an award that he's never going to get. He hasn't ended a single war despite claiming that he's ended 8 in other countries. Not sure how that's possible. He's kidnapping and deporting people, some who are even U.S. citizens. He's killing fishermen that he claims are narco-terrorists without showing a shred of evidence, and most recently, He's seizing oil tankers from Venezuela. Trump is nothing but a petulant child who is easily distracted by shiny gold objects, and his presidency is filled with constant grifts, scams, and profiting off the office that was once respected around the world.
Activity, they're not showing up on Camel. And I know Camel, I know it very well. I know it from my mandatory daily cognitive test. I always point right to Camel. I always get Camel right. It's bumpy horse, that's how I know. Camel, bumpy horse, I say it a lot.
This is one of the sharpest lines in the sketch because it points directly at Trump's obsession with his cognitive test, which, by the way, he constantly brags about acing.
I also did a cognitive exam, which is always very risky because if I didn't do well, you'd be the first to be blaring it. And I had a perfect score. And one of the doctors said he's almost never seen a perfect score. I had a perfect score. I got the highest score. Those are very hard, they're really aptitude tests, I guess, in a certain way, but they're cognitive tests. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump. I don't think Jasmine, the first couple of questions are easy. A tiger, an elephant, a giraffe, you know.
What part of your body was the MRI looking at?
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. As the doctor will tell you, I aced it. Right, Susie? I aced. I got every question right. And these are tough questions. These are questions that I would say 99% of the people that I'm talking to right now, meaning the people from the fake news, would not do well in those exams. But I've taken now 3 cognitive tests. I've aced every single one of them.
Trump is so dumb that he thinks that the Montreal Cognitive Assessment is an IQ test. This test is designed to detect early signs of cognitive decline and dementia, which Trump clearly has. And no matter how many times he says,
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
It's not going to make him a genius, or even
A very stable genius.
whatever that is. And the fact that Trump keeps bragging about this tells you everything. His brain isn't sharp, it's turning into mush.
Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, which will now be called the Trump Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, no homo. I'm actually going to be renaming a number of our other monuments as well. Trump Washington Monument, Trump Lincoln Memorial, Big Elphaba.
Back in February, Trump named himself chairman of the Kennedy Center because, of course, he did.
1978, the Kennedy Center honors have been among the most prestigious awards in the performing arts. I wanted one. I was never able to get one. This year, it's true, actually. I would have taken it if they would have called me. I waited and waited and waited, and I said, the hell with it. I'll become chairman. And I'll give myself an honor. Maybe I'm going to honor, next year we'll honor Trump, okay?
And then during the Kennedy Center's December award ceremony, he joked with a gaffe by naming it the Trump Kennedy Center.
Tell you what, the Trump Kennedy Center, Kennedy Center, I'm sorry.
And then he went ahead and just did it anyway, even though it's illegal and requires congressional approval.
There's no ability to rename the Kennedy Center. It's the same way that you could try to rename the Lincoln Memorial, right? People can say it. It doesn't mean that actually happened. The name is protected by federal law and federal statute, and that obviously hasn't changed. So he can call an apple a banana. He can say down is up, or they can say it, whatever that is. That doesn't make it the case. No other president has tried to put their name on it. And I wonder if the Lincoln Memorial is next.
At the end of the meeting, it was brought to our attention that the Kennedy Center was going to now be renamed, and at that time in the official board meeting, they said Trump Center. There was no discussion, just some of President Trump's cronies announced, we've got this new thing we're going to tell you, we're going to rename it. At that time, President Trump said, I didn't even know about it. All of this is absurd.
Do you think the center will eventually be named the Trump Kennedy Center?
I don't know. I hear that, but I don't know. That's not up to me. That's up to the board. The board makes that decision. We have a very prestigious board.
And at that time, I wanted to ask questions, voice my opposition, ask why, and immediately I was muted. And as I continued to press unmute, I then received a message saying I would not be unmuted. As I continued to push the button, and we have screenshots of this from my end, we then got a message and said participants will not be unmuted. They proceeded to say it was unanimous. That is not true.
The guys at True Classic started with a simple mission to bring premium, comfortable clothing to the masses because looking and feeling great shouldn't come with a designer price tag. And clearly, people agree. With over 25 million shirts sold to 5 million customers and more than 200,000 five-star reviews, True Classic has become a staple in closets everywhere. But this brand isn't just about fabric or fit. It's about confidence, about helping people show up every day feeling put together without trying too hard. That's what makes True Classic the perfect gift this holiday season. Whether you're shopping for your dad, your brother, your partner, or even the women and kids in your life, True Classic has something for everyone. The same premium comfort and perfect fit that built the brand are now available for the whole family. These pieces fit where they should, feel incredible, and don't break the bank. You get that tailored look without sacrificing comfort or blowing your holiday budget. I've been wearing True Classic for a while now, and you can feel the difference the moment you throw one on. It's tailored where you want it, relaxed where you need it. No bunching, no stiff fabric, no BS. Just a clean, effortless fit that actually works for real life. So skip the guesswork and the overpriced designer stuff. Give comfort, give confidence, give True Classic. You can find them at Amazon, Target, Costco, and Sam's Club, or head over to trueclassic.com/Gabe to grab the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Trump doesn't care, but that's his governing philosophy. Do it first and then don't even ask for forgiveness later. He did the same thing with the East Wing demolition. No permits, no approval, just bulldozers. He hired an architect to design a 90,000 square foot ballroom that would dwarf the White House, and then he fired the architect because he wanted it bigger. The cost ballooned from $200 million to $250 million to $300 million to $350 million, and now it's over $400 million. Now, Trump claims that it's going to be privately funded, but come on, that's complete bullshit. Every deal is verbal and every promise is a handshake. And even if the money does come in, he's gonna find a way to pocket it and make the rest of us taxpayers pay for it.
I guarantee it.
Oh, and I almost forgot. Trump now apparently wants his name on US warships too. This is about Trump slapping his name onto history without ever having to earn it. The ballroom, the Kennedy Center, the fake Arc de Triomphe, even the Statue of Liberty joke that SNL made referencing Wicked. Trump is stealing symbols and calling it legacy. He's nothing but a charlatan and a thief.
You know, people are saying, sir, why are you putting your name on so many buildings? And I say, it's because we had to take it off of so many files. Epstein, redacted. We had so many Trumps in there, we had to put them somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
That is not a joke. That is a confession framed through comedy.
We like to say redacted. It's my second favorite R word, redacted. I love it. Oh, shut up. Love it.
This is straight from his grade school level attack on Tim Walz when Trump used a slur on Truth Social and then doubled down by saying there was something wrong with him.
In that same post, you mentioned Tim Walz, and you called him what many Americans do find offensive or retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
But you don't think that...
You have a problem with him? You know what? I think there's something wrong with him.
Now, I'd love to blame that on Trump's brain slowly turning into pudding. Hell, I'd even like to say that this is some late-stage case of neurosyphilis, but let's be honest, Donald Trump has always been like this. This isn't cognitive decline creating bigotry, it's bigotry that's always been there, now paired with declining impulse control. He's always punched down, he's always insulted people like a middle school bully who just learned his first slur and can't wait to try it out. So naturally, Walz responded by telling Trump to release his perfect MRI that he claimed to have, which by my count is 3 that we know of. Healthy people don't brag about MRIs, nor do they need them constantly. This is another flashing red light about Donald Trump's health that the media keeps dancing around.
And I almost forgot. I'm inventing my own Hunger Games. That's right, the White House will be hosting the Patriot Games for high school athletes to compete.
I wish this wasn't real, but it is, and it's dystopian.
In the fall, we will host the first ever Patriot Games, an unprecedented 4-day athletic event featuring the greatest high school athletes, one young man and one young woman from each state and territory.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
It's the best way to distract from the Epstein files. I know, invite a bunch of teenagers to my house. That'll help. I'll take things a pedophile might do for 1,000, Alex. But with regard to files, we're being very transparent because Jeffrey Epstein was a terrible man and I didn't know him and I liked him a lot. So we released all the files and I come out looking, frankly, very good. We had to redact a few sensitive things, but you'll get the gist here. Look at this. Trump didn't do nothing bad. Trump does smash, but not like Wrong kind. The end.
This is a lie. His DOJ released only a fraction of the Epstein files. Multiple documents were uploaded and then quietly pulled, photos were removed, and Trump's name was redacted. The DOJ claims this was done to protect victims, and according to them, Trump himself is one of those victims, but let's be real. Only a guilty person orders 1,000 FBI agents to work around the clock, combing through at least 100,000 documents, searching for and scrubbing their own name. That is not transparency, that's a cover-up, and that is exactly how Donald Trump operates. Thanks for watching What Was That? If you want more episodes, articles, and breakdowns, go to whatwasthat.show. Join the community and become a paid subscriber today. It's just me behind the scenes, so every bit of support really makes a difference. And if you'd rather listen on the go, you can find What Was That on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows. Until next time, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?